main topic today is this: more Star Wars drama. So literally we had a video on the channel that's been doing really well lately. That's like I don't remember the title. It was something like, "What the fuck is going on at Star Wars?" And this article that we're going to read and this topic is honestly going to just dive us more deeper into the question proposed on that video, which is, what the hell is going on over there, Star Wars? What is going on, Lucasfilms? As we have this article here from Collider that Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson have exited their secret Star Wars movie. Let's read a little bit of this. In another creative shakeup, Deadline has confirmed above the lines reporting that screenwriters Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson have both left their untitled Star Wars film. The project, set to be directed by Shireen Oboy Chinoy, is still moving forward at Lucasfilm. Despite the acclaimed talent exiting the development process, it is reported that the film will be officially announced in April during Star Wars Celebration, which is just around the corner, by the way, guys. The plot of the well-guarded film remains largely mysterious. Yeah, that was the whole point of Secret. But early indications suggest the project is incredibly important to Lucasfilm for one big reason. How important could it be when you fire the writers? It has been rumored that the film will take place after Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker and feature characters from the sequel trilogy. If true, this would mark the first time that the characters from the newest films will return to the franchise. Moreover, it would likely be the next feature-length Star Wars project to hit theaters. Okay, so, it goes on a little bit here. You see that it goes on to talk about, which, again, a video that we have on the channel that has been going crazy a little bit lately, is about Patty Jenkins' Star Wars Rogue Squadron movie and Kevin Feige's mysterious Star Wars movie, both being canceled. That was just a few weeks ago, a couple weeks, if that we talked about that. And that video has just been taking off in the last few weeks, or a few days, I'm sorry. And now here we are with more Star Wars shit. And so, look, I don't even know what my question here is. I don't even know what to ask anymore, Star Wars, Lucasfilm. I don't even know what to say or do. All I know is this. In a world where every single film, all it wants to be is a goddamn franchise, you have the first and original
and best
and probably best franchise. And yet you can't get a single damn thing right about this thing for years. Mandalorian's at its lowest. Mandalorian's the greatest thing Star Wars ever made, in my personal opinion, and I know lots of people who think just the same.
I'm also one.
After having it 1 and 2 just be equally as good, we have this 2-3 year break with the book of shitty, and the only good episodes of it are Mandalorian episodes that you've pieced into the middle of it, and then 18 years later, we get Mandalorian season 3, and it's having its lowest rated season ever. And do we wonder why?
Right.
I forgot Din Djarin is alive.
Right.
Like, when it started, I forgot where we were. I'm like, where is we at in the story? Oh, yeah, he's got Yoda back. I don't even know that anymore. That's how long it's been since I've seen the goddamn thing. Like, and Book of Boba Fett made me not want to care.
Yeah,
like, it made me go, well, now, not only am I not looking for, I just don't care. And so, and that became really apparent to me when I put on the first episode of season 3 of Mandalorian. When immediately I'm like, wait, whoa. Okay, let's go through the brain files here and figure out what the fuck's going on and where we are in this story.
Loading.
Because about 3 years ago, I decided I don't care anymore. And apparently, I'm not the only one. Apparently, everyone else that watches Mandalorian pretty much feels the same way. I will tell you this. I'm completely caught up on season 3 of Mandalorian, and it is phenomenal. It is just as good as every episode of Mandalorian ever freaking made. But I will admit that I'm not there every night or every morning to catch it right when it comes out. I am not there with excitement and my lightsaber ready to ignite anymore. So as good as it is, even I am starting to wonder what comes next for The Mandalorian. So I guess what comes next for Star Wars in general. Look, here's all I know is this, and here's my only take on this stuff with Lindelof is that somebody's got to get over there. I know I can't remember her name. What is the lady's name?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yes, you got Kathleen Kennedy there.
Get her out.
You know.
Get her out.
You know, I've given her the benefit of the doubt for a long time. I mean, listen, every movie that Kathleen Kennedy has made there has been a success, period, financially. And she, when Jon Favreau walked into her office and said, I got this crazy idea about a Mandalorian that's not Boba Fett, she was the one that was wild enough to go, this sounds like a good idea, John. So I've given her the benefit of the doubt, but you know what? Is at some point with all great things, like if you take the Los Angeles Lakers, for example, at some point when you're not succeeding, it's time to mix up who's leading your guys. And in that case, with the Lakers, it's your coach. Coach has to go. You know, you don't get rid of LeBron. You know, you keep the team, right. But the guys that are kind of making sure the team shows up and does their job, and you know, that guy maybe it's time to replace. In this case, that's Kathleen Kennedy, and I think you're right. I think she's got to go, man. I think it's time to get someone else in there. You know, what I've been saying for a long time, give me Jon Favreau. Right. Give me Jon Favreau in that role. I know that he's not really cut out for it and doesn't have anywhere near the kind of credentials that Kathleen Kennedy has when it comes to doing things like that. But no one thought he would create the greatest thing Star Wars ever either, or do any of it. Come on, Jon Favreau is a master of all trades, man. He's an actor, he's a writer, he's a director, he's a comedian. Jon Favreau is a GOAT, man. So I'd love to see him in that more bigger creative role. You know, we want to take a second to thank one of the sponsors of the show, VFly. VFly is a company backed by Google and Google Ads. They use a trusted system to put your YouTube content in front of the right eyes, gaining your videos more views, likes, comments, and subscribers. And this is no BS bot stuff or fake views like all those other sites are going to give you. This company is backed by Google and has delivered on billions of views to date. I've been using VFly now for a while, and I have just been stunned by the great results. Go visit VFly now with the link in the description, and thank you to VFly for being a sponsor of the Screen Talk Live YouTube channel. There's also Dave Filoni. Maybe we can see Dave Filoni take on that role someday. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not going to pretend that I have some sort of answer or idea. You know, what you want is Kevin Feige or something equivalent. That's all I know. But, you know, he's the greatest one and only of all time. So right. Good luck. But I'm sure there's someone out there. And, you know, I'm not even going to sit here and bash and hate on Kathleen Kennedy at all. I'm just going to say that maybe it's just time for a guard change. You know, maybe it's just time that you know, for some change here, whether good or bad. Sometimes even in success, change has to happen when your talent is what you're losing. So, for example, if the Lakers are playing very well, they're winning lots of games, but LeBron's not getting along with the other players. He's not getting along with the coach. That's the coach's job to keep all of those things going on. So even though they're winning, maybe we get somebody in here that can handle the talent. Yeah, that can handle the talent better, keep them from quitting, and we'll still win, right? Because it's the same dudes. It's not like we're losing the team. So hopefully we'll still win. And that's kind of the situation we're in. Kathleen Kennedy's winning games. Yes, fair. But she's mismanaging the talent a little bit. I would say. I mean, I think day by day it's becoming more and more evident, and this is just another example. I've gone on too long. Trevor, what's your opinion on all this, man?
Well, again, I don't want to hate on Kathleen either. I mean, she was a producer, one of the main producers,
one of the best
Jurassic
producers
Park.
ever.
Yeah, she's
the history of
greatest.
Hollywood.
Right,
and that's what she should get back to doing.
Yeah, just producing.
Produce.
Other movies,
Damn
right?
Skippy.
Which
That's
is
what
good.
she's great at.
She's great at it. But the problem, and I mean, it's just at this point, it's exactly like that metaphor with the Lakers is such a good metaphor to explain exactly what's going on here. Is that her job is to play the entire fiddle of Star Wars, and I get this feeling that she's not that big of a Star Wars fan. Like, not that she doesn't like it. Like, I'm sure she does, but like, in order to do this job, you have to be that kid in school that was so nerdy that they forgot to take a shower for 6 weeks because they watched Star Wars every day and read every book and looked at every comic. You need that type of person with that type of natural dedication in order to be able to pull something like this off. And she doesn't have it. And let's say if she were to be putting out consistent good movies, I wouldn't be saying this. But she has never put out a great thing. Other than Mando, which again, power to her for making the bold choice.
People love that Force Awakens movie. I mean, let's not act like people don't. I mean, that was
But here's the thing about Force Awakens, and I will stand by this because I think this is. If you were to ask a lot of the people who like Force Awakens now, I bet they'd probably
today.
Right. Yes, because
I'm talking about then though.
Yes,
but I agree with you.
Exactly what I said at
I
the
agree
time.
with where you're going.
Right. Yeah.
And I agree. I'm one of those people.
Right. Yep.
Yes.
I said
now.
Good. This is a good start. Let's see if we can do something with this. It was just good though. It was a good start.
Solid.
It wasn't
It
great
was solid.
on its own. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's at that point, because the pressure was so on, that's all I needed. That should have relieved the pressure, and it never got better.
It also was one of those things where it'd been so long since we had anything Star Wars that part of us was kind of like, yeah,
right,
no matter what. And I think as time went on, all those feelings kind of subsided, especially as we got more and more Star Wars. That was, I mean, to me, in my opinion, that particular trilogy does, the opposite of what the original trilogy does for me, which is steadily get worse.
Right. Yes, it does.
And where the original trilogy for me, I know a lot of people, their favorite is 2 or 1, but for me, it's Return of the Jedi, and the second one is my second favorite. So for me, it's like good, great, oh my God.
Right.
And then for this trilogy, it was like, okay, solid start. This is gonna. Oh my God!
What's going on?
What are
here?
we thinking? And then
let's right the ship.
This is not a fuck. This isn't even a movie. This is a fan film from YouTube or something. What am I watching here?
That last movie's dumb.
Yeah, terrible. Rise of nothing, man. Yeah. Rise of nothingness. Honestly, I feel like this can't be right. I remember. You were here, me and Lucas were debating, this is a few years ago, but we were debating when another Avengers movie was coming out, and he's like, oh, it'll be like 2028, or I'm like, dude, no way, that's like 8 years. You can't let Avengers, every one of them pretty much has made $2 billion. You can't let that $2 billion sit for 8 more years. Right. Meanwhile, Star Wars is like, it'd be 14. I just do not get that at all.
Understand. The whole management structure.
Again, it starts at the top, dude. I think I think we're right here. I think that again, no hate whatsoever. Again,
she's just running a sloppy
Kathleen
crew.
Kennedy, one of the greatest producers in the history of Hollywood, has produced some of the greatest films in recent history, or some of the biggest name films, especially. I put her right up in that tier of producer level of like Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige. But man, I think so. Again, it's nothing, but I just think it's time. Like I said, the analogy with the Lakers is my best way to phrase it. I think that she's winning games, yes, but she's mismanaging the talent. And sometimes, if I'm the Lakers, if I'm the guy that owns the Lakers now, right, what would be, let's say it's you, Trevor. You own the Lakers. What do you care more about, winning games or making sure LeBron James is happy?
Well, I care more about making sure LeBron James is happy because LeBron James is going to win that championship.
That's right, because you know what he does in turn?
He wins
He
the
wins the damn
championship.
games for you, right? So, and he's the best.
Right.
So the last thing you want to do is look across the way, and the dude you're playing tonight is the dude that was on your team last week.
Right, because you pissed him off.
Right. So if worse come to worse, you get rid of everybody but LeBron.
Right.
And
Restart.
And to me, that's again, this is the thing with talent. You know, you can't let Lindelof go. There was the guys from Benioff and Weiss or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan Johnson. There's so many people that have been coming into this franchise and are attached to it for moments. And when they do, we're like, whoa, great. These are good writers. These are good people. These are good this. And then a year, 2, 8 years later, oh, well, that just isn't happening. Right. And honestly, I don't know how you keep doing this with, like I said, one of the greatest franchises.
Yeah,
the original franchise.
Like, I mean, and again, the going with the Lakers specifically is it's like there's almost this expectation from everybody in the world that knows what this is. And the fact that you're failing it, like, yes, you're putting out mostly, like, not bad.
And this is
it's just very mediocre.
And this is why I use the Lakers as an example. This ain't the Milwaukee Bucks.
Right.
No. No, this is prestige. This is the greatest franchise in NBA history.
Right.
Star Wars.
Right.
That's what this is, guys. And again, it's like when the Lakers go through those little slumps, you know, there'll be like 2 or 3 years where just no one's going there, nothing's happening. But, you know, you can't let that go on. Like, you can't let that go on for 10 years or a decade where the Lakers are now equivalent to the Milwaukee Bucks. That's not what you want, man. That's not what you want. Again, with the greatest franchise ever. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Lindelof being out? Were you excited about what he was doing? Do you think this is further evidence that it's maybe time for a guard change and for Kathleen Kennedy to get out of there? Especially, you know, knowing that Feige's movie and Patty Jenkins' movie was just canceled just last week or whatever, a couple weeks ago. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.